My Jewish identity has always been a strong part of who I am. I've never been ashamed of it. Even though I haven't always been so observant, I've always had a certain connection to my heritage. Always loved being Jewish. When I was about 6 or 7, my parents decided to become observant, which wasn't that big of a deal because I was already in a Jewish school. Once in a while I couldn't go to a birthday party on a Saturday, but the school was really great in that they would try to get parties to not be on Saturday. And my friends, they were always, understanding and accepting. Plans were made after Shabbat, and people would always make sure I had something to eat, whether it be kosher or vegetarian. But my Jewish school didn't have a high school, so eventually I had to move schools, and my new school isn't Jewish. I thought it was going to be just as easy to be kosher or Shomer Shabbat at my new school, but it wasn't. My new school has so many opportunities to choose from, with 16 sports, a variety of arts programs, dances, class trips, football games, and so on, most taking place on a Saturday, on Shabbat. I love my school, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't move anywhere else, but it became increasingly difficult for me to include myself in these activities. I was constantly being left out of trips or games that my friends were having so much fun at. Even though I'm not really the athletic type or the arts type, I wanted to join something, I wanted to be part of it. But, I decided my Jewish values are more important than high school sports. So I stuck to being Shomer Shabbat. My new school, isn't Jewish, so it obviously isn't kosher. But I'm flexible and I'll eat vegetarian options. But there have been times where I've eaten a piece of bacon by mistake because the food wasn't labeled in the cafeteria. And now I always have to ask, is there chicken, is there ham, is there meat? That's something that I'm constantly worrying about. After making new friends that weren't Jewish, I always had to explain why I couldn't do normal things on certain days or eat normal food. And a lot of the time, this made people feel embarrassed, but I actually felt proud. I felt different, special, but not different in a bad way, so to speak, but different in that I had something that made me unique. I have an identity. I am Jewish. I feel proud of who I am and what I stand for. And I don't care if I'm a little different from other people. My identity is just growing stronger. Never forget what you are, for surely the world will not. Make it your strength. Then it can never be your weakness. Armor yourself in it, and it will never be used to hurt you. George Martin.